First time to apply? Unemployed Filipino but was able to secure Japan visa? Yep, that's me. My name is Samiel and I have been to 32 countries in Asia, Europe, and Africa as of today using only my Filipino passport. This video will be your ultimate guide para makamit mo na ang inaasam-asam mong Japan visa. I'm going to share my full experience for the Japan visa application, step-by-step guide, and what are the documents that I submitted as a tourist, even as a first-time applicant that is unemployed. This video is packed with important tips to make a strong profile for your application. And lastly, the timeline of my application. Disclaimer, guys, this video is intended solely for informational purposes. So let's start. Before anything else, this video is about tourist visa application for Filipinos only, not covering any other type of visas or nationality. But if you need guide about it, let me know in the comments below and I'll try to make the video for you. I have added all the important links on the description below. These are the official links from Japan Embassy and BFS Japan. So it includes the application form, the single entry and multiple entry checklist, the latest visa fees, and of course, the link for booking appointment on BFS. Requirements. So let's discuss briefly what are the requirements from the official website. First, the most important one is your passport. Dapat at least 6 months validity prior your departure date. Kung kailan kayo aalis papuntang Japan. It should not be damaged or wet. It should be in good condition. At least, meron kayong 2 blank continuous visa pages. For the visa application form, which I provided the link below, kailangan it's not handwritten, okay? Computerized, and then you have to just print and don't forget to sign. If you need a separate video for filling up the Japan visa application form, let me know and I'll try to make video for you. Third is the photograph. So I will just advise you to go to proper photo studios and inform them that the purpose of this passport size is for Japan visa application. Alam na nila yon kung ano yung standard and i-guide na nila kayo doon. Fourth is the colored copy of your passport bio page. Kung saan nandun yung information nyo. Photos and your name, etc. Fifth is the colored copy of your Japan visa if you had already before. So kung wala naman, okay lang. Tulad ko, wala rin naman akong pinasa, okay lang. Sixth is the request form for multiple entry visa. Optional to guys. Pero wala namang bayad kung magta-try kayo ng multiple entry. So ganun na lang yung ginawa ko, nag-try na lang ako. Note nyo lang ha na ang validity ng single entry visa is 90 days upon release. Wag nyo agad i-expect na makakuha kayo ng multiple entry. I-time nyo pa rin siya as per your expected travel date. Seventh is your birth certificate. Should be original. 8 is your marriage certificate, of course if married, and also original. And 9 is your itinerary pagdating nyo sa Japan. So, tong next part, ito yung mga sinabmit ko na documents personally since I don't have the COE and ITR from my employer due to the fact that I am currently unemployed. This is the highlight of our video for today. So, paano palalakasin yung application mo kung unemployed ka? I-discuss na natin siya one by one. So, meron akong subject, may title ako para sa cover letter ko, Explanation of Document Replacement and request for multiple entry visa. Kasi nga, nag-attempt nga ako for multiple entry. And also, hindi nga kasi ako nakapag-provide ng COE and ITR. So, ito yung reason bakit wala ako nun. So, first, I explained my profession and ano ba yung purpose ng pagta-travel ko sa Japan, which is tourism. I want to experience eating ramen in Ichiran. Tapos sabihin mo na I want to experience the Japan culture, mga tourist places, i-mention mo kung ano yung mga gusto mong puntahan. Then, the second thing is I mentioned that I will be traveling with my husband who is a European citizen. So, medyo papalakasin natin yung application natin. Kung meron kayong ganitong experience, pwede nyo i-mention. Yun yung intro ko. Then, sinabi ko na I would like to respectfully provide context regarding my current professional transition and the absence of the Philippine income tax return and COE. Part by part ko in-explain. So, I explained my professional background. What was my work before as an OFW? Na currently, I'm in the resting period before my next career engagement. So, depends ko ano ang gusto nyong i-mention dyan sa professional background na part. Susunod, missing ITR and COE. Kasi nga, yung income ko galing in entirely from abroad, I was exempted from filing Philippine taxes. So because of that, wala akong ITR na na-provide sa kanila. And I have attached my certificates of employment sa overseas kasi nga wala akong COE ngayon. So binigay ko yung mga luma ko. And then, inattach ko rin yung latest OEC ko, yung Overseas Employment Certificate ko. Yung pinakalas ko is 2024 pero inattach ko pa rin siya. This is to verify my long-term professional standing. Susunod na part, in-explain ko yung extensive travel record ko. As I have mentioned in the first part of the video, I have been to 32 countries already. Kung kayo, nakapagbiyahe na kayo in other countries, especially yung mga nagre-require ng visas tulad ng Canada, US, Australia, UK, Schengen, Korea, China, yan, i-mention nyo yan kasi lalakas yung nyo dyan, application nyo dyan na nakapag-travel na kayo sa mga bansang nagre-require din ng mga visas and na bigyan kayo ng visa before. So, provide nyo rin ako ngayon. Binigyan nga nila ako ganong effect. Seryoso, i-highlight nyo yung mga Schengen countries, yung mga first world countries, gamitan nyo ng pa-effect nyo. But, wag kayo malungkot kung wala pa kayo doon. So, dadating din kayo doon. But, for example, sa mga Asian countries pa lang kayo nakatravel, so, i-mention nyo pa rin yan. So, if meron kayong prior travel, mas malakas. But, if not, wag kayong mangamba. Try nyo pa rin. Alas tayo dito, honest. So, medyo mahina yun kung wala kang travel before. Mas maganda sana kung meron kang konting experience sa labas bago ka mag-Japan. Pero kung wala naman at malakas naman yung mga ibang parts ng application mo, okay lang yan, go, i-push mo yan. And last, financial capacity. So sinabi ko na fully funded ko tong travel na to kasi nga nakapag-save ako galing sa work ko abroad, ganyan. So inattach ko yung bank certificate and also bank statements if i-require nila. So pero minention ko lang bank certificate. Pero meron din akong pinrint na bank statement. Ready na yun para if i-ask nila. 3 months lang naman yung kailangan for Japan visa. So, ang ginamit ko nga palang bank certificate is from own bank. Kasi meron siyang ADB. Ang mahalaga kasi meron siyang ADB. 6 months ADB ang kailangang mag-show dun sa certificate. Meron din yung Maya, meron din yung mga ibang banks. So, iyan yung cover letter ko and I feel if you're unemployed like me, you should focus on the content of your cover letter. Give them your honest details about your purpose of travel and where you are getting your funds. So, ito yung mga added documents na pinrovide ko. Since na-mention ko to sa cover letter, so, kailangan mo ng supporting documents. For example, sabi ko na I'm traveling with my European husband. So, pinrovide ko yung passport copy. Tapos, yung mga certificate of employment ko abroad. Na-mention ko yon. So, provide mo yon. Kung ano minention mo doon, kailangan ipo-provide mo. Meron kang ebidensya, ganyan. So, yung latest OEC ko and other valid visas. So, if meron kang Schengen or meron ka ng mga ibang bansa na nag-require ng visa before, yan, pwede mo siyang i-provide. And lastly, yung bank certificate. Na-mention ko naman na yan before. Guys, yung fees pala. So, I think last July 2026, revise na sila ng prices for Japan visa fees. Pero good news. For a short-term temporary visitor visa up to 90 days for Filipinos, national remains free. While the visa sticker itself is free, the application structure has changed. Visa fee is free for tourist or short-term stays, but mandatory fee of 800 will be paid directly to BFS Global, which operates the Japan visa application centers. So we are in the last part of our video, which is the timeline of application. So kailan yung expected travel date ko and kailan ako nag-start ang arrangement ng mga documents ko, ng scheduling ng BFS, ganyan. So nandito to sa part na to. Bigyan ko lang kayo ng idea na expected travel date ko was June 15, 2026. More than 3 months before, first week of March, nag-start na akong mag-prepare ng documents ko. So guys, unahin nyo yung pag-apply ng birth certificate and marriage certificate. Kung wala pa kayo, kailangan nito original copy at clearly mentioned in the requirements na kailangan at least 1 year validity. Okay? Kailangan hawak mo na yung papers na yan bago ka pa kumuha ng schedule para mas confident ka. So, inuna ko yun. First week of March, nag-apply na ako ng birth certificate and marriage certificate. And guys, kung merong malapit na SM sa inyo, I advise you just to apply over there. Kung malapit lang naman ha. Kasi merong price difference talaga kung mag-order ka online. Though, it's very convenient kung mag-order ka lang online, but it's 300 plus. Tapos kung dalawang documents pa, separate pa yung delivery fee na babayaran mo doon. So, if you have SM nearby. So sa amin, meron namang sobrang lapit, like 30 minutes away. Then, mag-apply ka na lang doon, mas makakamura ka. I think 200 plus lang siya per document. So by second week of March, nakuha ko na agad yun. Susunod mo is kumuha ka ng schedule for VFS. So during that time, Sakura season kasi yun. So ala akong makuha na appointment sa regular na online. Pero thank goodness merong premium na available sa province ko. Nagpa-process sila. Mahal nga lang talaga, pero if meron ka ng ticket na nabili, ganyan, push mo na. So, i-check nyo lang sa province nyo, sa mga official websites, kung nagpa-process ba sila ng BFS, katulad dito. So, March 25, 2026, napasa ko na yung lahat ng requirements sa BFS. Dito lang yan sa province namin. So, since premium naman yung in-apply ko, libre na rin yung door-to-door delivery. Wala nang extra fee para doon. The next day, March 26, nakatanggap na ako ng email from BFS na na-receive na nila yung application ko. Sa email ng BFS, nandun na yung application number, ganyan. April 1, 2026, nag-email na again yung BFS na ready na for collection yung Japan visa ko. Note nyo lang guys na email na to, hindi mo siya matatrack. Sa Korean visa kasi, live yun, matatrack mo kung ano na yung nangyayari sa visa mo. Dito sa Japan, wala. Mag-aantay ka talaga. Hintayin mo talaga yung passport mo, yung kakabaka-baka pa, bubuksan mo. Ano ba? Nakakuha ba ako ng multiple entry? Ano ba? April 6, na-receive ko na yung passport ko. Dineliver siya sa bahay. So, syempre, yun, kinakabahan ako. Gusto ko talaga makakuha ng multiple entry kasi nga para tipid, di ba? Ayun, yan. Papakita ko sa video kung ano ba yung reaction ko nung binubuksan ko yung passport ko.
Check your passport. Check the pages.
Nothing is there, babe.
Check every page.
Okay, isummary ko na. In-apply ko ng March 25, na-receive nila ng March 26, ready for collection April 1, tapos na-receive ko yung passport ko ng April 6. So in total, 12 days from the submission of my requirements bago ko na-receive yung passport ko. Which is reasonable kasi yung week before nun is Holy Week. Ano, expect mo na may mga delays, di ba? Ang expected travel date ko is June 15, pero meron na akong visa ng April 6. So more than 2 months yung allowance ko for my Japan visa. Kasi nga, may backstory yan. Kinumbine kasi namin yung Japan and Korea. So, kailangan systematic tayo, di ba? Una, Japan muna kasi mas mahirap kumuha ng schedule dyan. Tapos, dun ko palang i-apply ngayon yung Korean visa, which will be my next video. Kung curious kayo, ano ba yung mga ginawa ko, ano ba yung mga requirements ko. May differences din siya. Kaya ngayon, kung interested din kayo for applying Korean visa, yan yung magiging next video ko. So, notification bell na para hindi nyo ma-miss yun. So, if somehow nakatulong ako sa inyo for your Japan visa application, so comment lang kayo sa baba. Babasahin ko yan isa-isa. Please click like and subscribe and turn on your notification bell. Thank you for watching the full video and see you on the next one. Ciao!